In the town of Mumbles, feelings were like the weather. Some days were sunny and bright, but other days brought a heavy, gray fog that only you could feel. No one could see the fog, but they could feel its weight. Leo had a fog of his own. It was a jumble of I shoulds and a tangle of what ifs. He knew all the right things to do to feel better, but knowing wasn't the same as doing. His feet felt stuck. One day, he followed a path of glowing stones to a little workshop. Inside sat Alara, the mapmaker. She didn't offer answers. Instead, she held a pen and a blank sheet of paper. "Tell me about your fog," she said softly. As Leo spoke about the jumble and the tangle, Alara's pen danced across the page. She wasn't writing words, she was drawing. She took his big, complicated feelings and made them simple. She turned the paper to Leo. On it was a picture of a little explorer, just like him, standing before a giant tangled knot of yarn. "Is this what it feels like?" she asked. For the first time, Leo could see his feeling. "Yes," he whispered, "that's my tangle." Alara smiled and took back the map. She added one more thing, a single golden thread sticking out from the bottom of the tangle. "Every tangle has a starting thread," she said. "The trick isn't to fight the whole knot, but just to find that one thread and give it a gentle pull." Leo left with the picture in his mind. The next time the foggy feeling came, he didn't feel lost. He closed his eyes and remembered the map, the explorer, the tangle, and the single golden thread. He didn't try to fix everything at once. He just looked for his one golden thread, the one small thing he could do right now. He gave the thread a gentle pull. The tangle didn't vanish, but as he pulled the thread, he felt it loosen, just a little. The fog in his mind seemed to thin, and a tiny ray of sunshine peeked through. Knowing had become doing. Alara, the mapmaker, helps people draw maps for their feelings. By turning big worries into simple pictures, she gives them a guide to hold in their minds. So when they meet a tangle in real life, they remember the map, find their thread, and take the first small step.